Okay. All right, and Madam Clerk, we are ready also? Okay. I'm going to call to order the Washoe County Board of County Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, October 18th. We will start with a salute to the flag. Mr. Lucy, would you lead us this morning?
Be my pleasure. Please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Vaughn Hartung, Chair.
Here.
Alexis Hill, Vice Chair.
Here.
Bob Lucy.
Here.
Kitty Jung is absent. Jean Herman.
Here.
County Manager Eric Brown.
Here.
Assistant District Attorney Mary Canderas. And I'm Jan Galasini, your County Clerk, so you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Manager, would you take us into item number 3, public comment?
Item 3 is public comment. Comment heard under this item will be limited to 3 minutes per person and may pertain to matters both on and off the commission agenda. The commission will also hear public comment during individual action items with comment limited to 3 minutes per person. Comments will be made to the commission as a whole.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Madam Clerk, would you please call public comment?
Certainly. First up, we have Renee Resentis.
Good morning.
Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, Commissioners. Nice to see you again. I just have a few things that has been bothering me. So I just want to refer to the primary election. And I was in the processing center in the fishbowl observing. One of the things that I think needs to be addressed is that we keep the processing center open until all the work is done, all the ballots are counted, even if you have to do shifts, and that would be fine. Everyone gets tired and those long hours, and but I don't think that we should be shutting it down and sending people home. There's already a lot of distrust about what's happening here and the processing, so I'd like to see that followed through with. And I hope that you all will too. And also, the bathrooms. I was wondering if you couldn't unlock the bathrooms that's right across from the doors entering into the fishbowl instead of making us walk to the lobby to use the restroom. Yeah, that would be nice. So, and also, the cameras that the media are allowed to bring in, their personal cameras, cell phones, into the processing center. They should not be allowed to do that. We can't bring ours in, and they shouldn't bring more than what the radio stations need for them to do their job. I know I was sitting in there, and there was a woman right outside the window where I was, and she was filming me. So if I'm not allowed to film them, I really do not want them filming me. So that's the other thing. Also, the security guards, they didn't wear tags, name tags, and I was harassed by one of them. And I did talk to Jamie about it, but I could not identify him because I did not know his name. He was not wearing a badge. And so I would appreciate that. Everyone that's working in the processing room wear a badge of identification. Also, the meeting room at the shooting range, I guess, is open again, and they are having some meetings there. And my understanding is they closed it down, they said because of the smoke, but it was not available for the public to ask candidates to come for a town hall or, a meet and greet or anything. So, thank you.
Next up is Janet Butcher.
Welcome, Ms. Butcher.
Good morning, thank you. Janet Butcher for the record. I want to thank you for finally recognizing Constitution Day. Constitution Day is very near and dear to my heart. And I'm hoping that next year we can do it ahead of instead of after. And I would hope that, I think that the commissioners have some say-so in some things with the school board. I hope you realize that the schools do not recognize Constitution Day. And last year when I asked Angie Taylor about what they were doing, she wrote back to me and said, we're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, hopefully they say it every day, and that's not what Constitution Day is about. It's about promoting our wonderful Constitution. While I was sitting outside waiting to come in, there were a couple things on the video about the COVID shot. And when we talk about misinformation, we don't know for sure if that COVID shot is good for everybody. If you choose to take it, that's fine. But I don't know that it's necessarily. So I'm kind of wonder who really determines what misinformation is, who at this level. And then last but not least, I want to talk about the word of the day, continuous. And when we talk about continuous, I mean, let's count those votes continually. Count them until they're done. Let's not walk away from them. Let's not let anything interfere. There's a lot of mistrust. So I think if we can keep the flow going, keep it continuous, keep it going, I think that would help a lot with maybe not mistrusting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next up, we have Scott Finley. Yes, I'll distribute it. I'll distribute his documents before he takes the podium.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Finley.
Oh, and can I get the overhead projector?
Can we have the overhead, please?
Got it.
Could I start back at 3 minutes, please? Please enter my public comment and these documents into the records per NRS 241. I do not condone violence. My name is Scott Finley. I am a resident of Washoe County. I have a military background of over 5 years in the financial management and comptroller career field. There is an active conspiracy by subversives that seek to undermine and harm our republic. Mail-in voting is not secure. Exactly 1 week before Election Day of the 2020 general election, I received notification from ballot tracks that my tracked mail-in ballot had been scanned by the United States Postal Service and was inbound to our county's election office. How can this be when the Registrar of Voters had only one mail-in ballot printed for me, and I am still in possession of that ballot? Both the Registrar of Voters and the Secretary of State said that the chances of a mail-in ballot being duplicated is virtually zero, and there is no evidence of election interference. However, neither the Registrar of Voters, the Secretary of State, or the United States Postal Service have a contract with Ballot Tracks or its parent company, i3 Logics. Why would the Register of Voters and the Secretary of State encourage Nevadans to sign up with ballot tracks for tracking their mail-in ballot when neither one of them holds a contract with this foreign corporation? To make matters worse, on Nevada's business portal, Silverflume, you can see that i3Logics did not register or become incorporated in the state of Nevada until July of 2021, which means that a foreign corporation was illegally operating in the state of Nevada, indirectly confirming that there was election interference in the 2020 general election. Even if i3Logics was providing tracking services on a charitable basis, it would still need to register as a nonprofit in order to legally operate in the state of Nevada. At the Board of Commissioners meeting last March, Deanna Spicula stated that Washoe County had been contracted with K&H Integrated Print Solutions since 2006, and further stated that it is better to use vendors we are familiar with. For this reason, why was a foreign corporation allowed to track mail-in ballots of Washoe County residents when K&H Integrated Print Solution has the same capabilities and already has a contract with Washoe County to print out mail-in ballots in bulk? Both i3Logics and K&H Integrated Print Solutions have mail-in ballot tracking capabilities, as well as the infrastructure and equipment necessary to print high-quality mail-in ballots in bulk. It is an indisputable fact that mail-in voting is not secure. For these reasons, I request that the Board of Commissioners make an official declaration condemning mail-in voting, and it strongly encourage all Washoe County residents to strictly vote in person. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I have nobody else signed in.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll close public comment. We'll bring it back to the board. Mr. Manager, did you get a copy of this?
No,
Okay,
but I will.
okay, thank you. Okay, item number 4. Mr. Manager, would you take us into that?
Item 4 is Commissioners, County Managers' announcements, reports, and updates to include boards and commissions updates, requests for information, or topics for future agendas.
Commissioner, Mr. Manager, do you have any such items?
I do not, Mr. Chair.
No, this is
Okay, Commissioners, I don't have anybody signed in. Okay. It won't, we're having problems with Granicus again, Tech. Go ahead, Commissioner Herman.
And I guess we could-
You can proceed.
Just your notes, okay. Put that with this. Okay.
I have two things. That was kind of worrisome what this gentleman had to say. I wasn't allowed to vote one year about 20 years ago, and that's when I first got interested in trying to fix our elections. That's a strong statement of that. The other thing I want to say is I have not, to this date, personally received a sample ballot. And so it would be nice to find out why. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner, I'll have you signed in next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to let the board know that Commissioner Jung and I were able to go to the groundbreaking of the airport.
Oh.
Yes, I was going to let you do that one. And it's very exciting, the plans that our airport has for expansion. And so I thought it'd be cool to get a presentation maybe in the new year about what they're up to. And then I just wanted to notify the community about some upcoming things. Tonight is the Nevada Housing Coalition Conference. And that is at the Peppermill. And the Incline Village Mobility Hub Committee will be meeting on the 24th of October. And on that same day, that's a Monday, there will be the first annual Washoe County Youth Mental Health Summit, and that will be at Dolan Lexus. So a lot of exciting upcoming events, and thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Nothing from you, Commissioner Lucy? Okay, I will jump in here. Let's do some business first. I spoke to the sheriff this morning about putting a speed trailer on Hidden Valley Drive east and west, and then staff, if we can, what I'd also like to do is I'd like to do a counter and a speed count on Parkway. That's the street that's leading into the park at Hidden Valley. And then we'll wait to see what the the speed trailer comes back with. And then, Mr. Solero, would you get me some numbers on potentially putting up the photovoltaic solar speed signs in Hidden Valley? And I don't know how many we're going to need and where we would, optimally place those, but I'd like to have that conversation. They also mentioned Pembroke, and so I don't know whether we can potentially do just put a speed counter out there on the road and just kind of see what is happening. Also, Mr. Solero, I'd like to understand what's going on Omni. Are we going to put a speed counter on Omni eventually? I know those folks have a really tough time getting in and out. It has become a major thoroughfare just because of the level of traffic on Pyramid. And then I wanted to announce, because a bunch of people have asked me about the northeast corner of Sunset Springs, that massive tower. NDOT told me it was not theirs, but it is NDOT's. So found that out recently. Then, very quickly, I was able, actually, we all were there. You were there, Commissioner Vice Chair Hill. I think, did I see Commissioner Jung at Liberty Dogs? I did not have a chance to have any conversations with her. I thought I saw her in the crowd. The Liberty Dogs campus is being funded by Dave and Cheryl Duffield, the foundation. And what it is, it's actually really pretty cool. It's Liberty Dogs will be our nation's premier service dog training program, and their goal is to provide their veterans with the ability to lead a more independent and fulfilling life through the enhanced emotional and psychological mobility that research shows service dogs provide. So they're going to give veterans service dogs that at absolutely no cost. It's a really generous campus. I was very impressed with what they're doing out there. And Mr. DiLoretto was also involved in that. And that is all I have. Did I shake anything loose for anybody else? And then, Mr. Manager, I'd like to follow up with you on this information that we received today. And then I'd also like to follow up with you, or perhaps you can follow up with Ms. Resendez on some of the issues that she has. I'd certainly like to understand more. Anything else, Commissioners? Okay, I will close item number 4. Mr. Manager, would you take us into item number 5?
Item 5, proclamations. Item 5A1 is a proclamation to proclaim October 2022 as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in Washoe County.
Okay, Vice Chair Hill, would you read that for us?
The Board of County Commissioners proclaim, whereas Washoe County recognizes that cybersecurity awareness plays a vital role in identifying, responding to, and protecting citizens from cybersecurity threats that may have significant impact to individuals, our collective safety, and privacy. Whereas cybersecurity education and awareness are critical to anyone who connects to the internet as threats to technology and confidential data become more commonplace. And whereas the Technology Services Department has created a series of cybersecurity awareness campaigns for Washoe County employees, enhancing the safety of individuals and the entity of Washoe County as a whole. And whereas Washoe County calls upon the people, companies, and institutions within this county to recognize the importance of cybersecurity and to observe this month through events, training, and education to further our country's national security and resilience. Now, therefore, Washoe County Board of Commissioners does proclaim October 2022 as Cybersecurity Awareness Month, dated this day of October and signed by our chairman. Is there anyone to accept this?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Come on down. Tell us who you...
Hi. There you go. If you want to say.
James Wood with Technology Services. We're proud to be on the forefront of cybersecurity and helping the county and keeping forward and protecting our citizens. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I'll tell you, it's pretty tight. Mimcast, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. Boy, that thing is, that's an amazing piece of software. Let's do 5C1. Mr. Lucy, would you go ahead and do the Wolfpack Day, and then I'll do the Planning Day.
Good morning, Chairman and Board. It's a pleasure to stand in front of you this morning. This morning I am joined by Madeline Burek. She is the University of Nevada, Reno Government Affairs and Community Affairs Director. Director, correct? Correct, Director. And we have with us, and I believe, I'm sorry, you got to remind me of your name. Austin Brown. Austin is also in government affairs and works alongside of Madeline in government affairs and community affairs. And then we also joined with 2 students from the University of Nevada, Reno today to accept the proclamation. Obviously, as you know, Nevada it holds a near and dear spot in my heart as an alumnus there and as someone who spent many wonderful years there and continued to participate in the game, in all the sports and activities that they offer at the university. And I got to tell you, since in the last 20 years since I've been in school there, that school has transformed. It has become quite the institution that not only Northern Nevada, but Nevada as a whole, we're very lucky to have 2 very high esteemed universities here in the state of Nevada. But not that Wolfpack is any better than UNR, but we are. It's kind of, better than UNLV, but we are. It's not a big deal. But that being said, I'd like to read this proclamation for everybody today. Whereas the University of Nevada, Reno was established in 1874 as Nevada's land-grant institution under the Morrill Act in 1862, signed into law by President Abraham Lincoln. And whereas the University of Nevada is a critical pillar of our community that provides world-class education, recognized as a Carnegie R1 research institution conducting globally recognized research and esteemed athletics programs. And whereas, as a premier institution, the university works with the community partners to foster a culture that embodies the vision of a university town, including that of City of Reno, City of Sparks, and here within the Washoe County Commission. And whereas on October 22nd, the Wolfpack will take on the San Diego State Aztecs, as it is important that our local partners and community come together and rally the support to back the pack going against this very important game on Saturday. And whereas, on behalf of the University of Nevada, we encourage all residents of our community to come out and cheer for the Wolfpack and enjoy their homecoming festivities taking place this week. And whereas the Washoe County Commission is proud to support the Wolfpack and looks forward to an incredible game and wishes the team and Coach Wilson and everybody and all the students and everybody there the best of luck. Go Pack! Now, therefore, the Washoe County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim October 18th, 2022 as Wolfpack Day, and that's signed by our fair chair, Von Hartung. Madeline, here you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Welcome, Ms. Burke.
You guys coming up?
Could we get a quick picture?
Yeah, we can get a picture. Well, we'll get a picture in a second. So do you want to make some comments first?
Sure. First, Commissioner Lucy, Commissioners, Chair Hartung, thank you so much for this. We are so deeply honored for this recognition. And I am joined today by some phenomenal students. I'm a former student, as you all know, but we have Austin Brown here as our coordinator with government and community engagement on campus. We also have Dion Stanfill, who is our ASUN president, and also Matt Hahn, who is our GSA president. It's great to have them both here. And if you'd like, you're welcome to say a few words as well.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Good morning. Thank you for having us here this morning, and thank you, Commissioner Lucy, for reading that into the record. As Madeline said, my name is Dion Stanfill, and I'm the student body president for the undergraduate population at our university. As the proclamation stated, this week is homecoming week, so we invite you all to all of our festivities like the proclamation mentioned. Tonight, I would like to personally invite you all to the first ever State of the Association address. Mayor Sheeby will be there, President Sandoval with a few remarks, as well as I will be delivering the first ever State of the Association address right there at Southern Campus at that new memorial there. But this week we have our lip sync battle tonight. Tomorrow we have a blood drive. The next day we have Howl Fest, which is a traditional event that takes place in front of the Knowledge Center lawn with fireworks at the end. And then, of course, Pack Midtown, where we support our local businesses here in the county. And then Saturday, of course, is the homecoming game against San Diego State. So we hope to see you all there.
Thank you so much.
For the record, my name is Matthew Hahn. I'm the president of the graduate student population. And additionally to that, I'm also a proud local Reno, Nevada native. I grew up here in the Reno area, and the university was always really close to my heart. I became an alumni as an undergraduate, and now I'm pursuing my graduate degree here. And yeah, we're extremely excited for this first endeavor of really pushing into the Reno community a lot more and bringing in the university as well. For our homecoming week, we have a game night for our graduate students tonight. Tomorrow night, a graduate student breakfast where we invite all of our graduate students to come get a free little breakfast. We're going to be participating in Howl Fest as well. And then Friday, we're also participating in the Pack Midtown event with our newly minted graduate student alumni chapter, where we're trying to bring in a lot of students so we can start building a lot more scholarships for graduate students. And of course, we're ready to beat San Diego on our homecoming game, where we'll have a tailgate. We'll have a little dunk tank for me where I'll be in there. So if you can come by, we'd love to have you guys. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Stick around.
Yeah, just hold on for just a couple of seconds. Okay?
Grab this. You're welcome.
Okay. Let me.
Are you a UNR grad? Law school too? So where did you go?
You know, planning, UNR, that's a tough act to follow when it comes to planning. I'm just going to say, that's a tough one. But you know, planning is the basis for our community, and I'm really proud of our planning department. I think we do a really phenomenal job. What most people don't realize is that our code is a living document, and you, staff, ensure that we keep that document alive, and we're constantly looking at code changes and trying to better understand how we can make the process more streamlined, but yet ensure that we are planning properly for future generations and, of course, safety for our community. That said, I have a proclamation for you. Whereas community planning and land use plans can help manage change, which is constant and affects all cities, counties, townships, rural areas, and other places in a way that provides better choices for how people live, work, and play. And whereas the full benefit of land use planning require public officials and citizens who understand, support, and demand excellence in planning and plan implementation. And whereas the celebration of National Community Planning Month gives the Washoe County Board of County Commissioners the opportunity to publicly recognize the participation and dedication of the members of the Washoe County Planning Commission, the Washoe County Board of Adjustment, the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee, Citizens Advisory Board, and other citizen planners who have contributed their time and expertise to the improvements of Washoe County through the creation and implementation of the county's master plan and development code. And whereas the Washoe County Board of County Commissioners recognize that many valuable contributions made by the professional planning and support staff of the Planning and Building Division of Washoe County Community Services Department, and recognize their continued commitment to public service. And now therefore, the Washoe County Board of County Commissioners does hereby proclaim October 2022 as National Community Planning Month. That's dated this 18th day of October 2022. Ms. Mullen, would you like to say a few words? Tell us who you have with you, first of all, or one of the two of you tell us who we have with us, and I'd like to introduce everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you so much, Board, for recognizing our planning team and our community for all of the work that they do to focus on identifying how we want our community to grow in the future. And here with us today, we have Planning Manager Trevor Lloyd, one of our newest planners, Kat Oakley, Senior Planner Chris Bronzik, Senior Planner Eric Young, Assistant County Manager Dave Solaro, and behind Chris, Rob Pierce, who I believe serves on all three of our boards, Parcel Map Review Committee, Board of Adjustment, and Planning Commission. So very much a senior planner, and we appreciate all of their efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Okay. I don't want to tell you how long we've known each other, Mr. Young, Dr. Young. Yeah, no, it's a few more than that. It is. All right. So let's take care of some business while we're here, and then we'll go into recess. Can I get a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion to accept all all three proclamations, 5A1, B1, and C1 in a block.
Have a motion by Lucy. Do I have a second? Second by Hill. Madam Clerk, do we have any public comment on this item? Okay, we'll close public comment. We'll bring it back to the board. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We will go into recess for a couple of pictures with everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to bring us back into order. And we voted on item number 5. That takes us now to item number 6, donations. Commissioner Lucy, would you do that?
I'd be happy to. Thank you, Chairman. Item 6, this morning we are honored to receive a $40,000 donation from the Washoe County Honorary Deputy Sheriff Association. This is to be utilized for the purchase of subscription services from CopLink X between Forensic Logic LLC. This will continue to help the operations at the Washoe County Sheriff's Office and make a lot of the systems and operations up there for our forensic science, our crime lab, move very smoothly, and we want to thank all the work that the Washoe County Honorary Deputy Sheriff's Association does and their commitment continuing to make their lives better, our lives better, and provide that public service within our community. So thank you very much to them, and that is in a form of a donation, a form of a motion, sir. Thank you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Madam Clerk, do we have any public comment on this item?
We do not.
Okay, we'll close public comment, bring it back to the board. We have a motion by Lucy, second by Hill. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify.
Chairman, really quick, we do have members from the association sitting in the back. I didn't notice until right now. Gentlemen, would you guys like to come up and say anything on the donation this morning, or no? Good, all right.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, I believe, unanimously. Please affirm your votes. Okay. That takes us now to item number 7. Mr. Manager.
Item 7 is our consent calendar, which runs 7A1 through 7C2. Mr. Chair, I have no changes this morning.
Okay. Do you?
Chairman?
Go ahead, Mr. Lucy.
Chairman, I'd like to point out a few of, in this morning's consent agenda, we do have quite a few of commissioner disbursements from our special district funds that are to be utilized within our districts for community involvement and community betterment. I will start with Vice Chair Hill. In item 7B3, she is making a commitment this morning of $27,500 in total. $25,000 of that will be given to the Incline Village CBA, which is to fund the Main Street program, which is to help redevelopment and housing initiatives. And then she's also donating $2,500 to the Lake Tahoe Bicycle Coalition that continues to help with work on roads and paths inside the basin to make bicycle traffic and pedestrian traffic safer for those individuals with that multimodal. Secondly, I will point out Chair Hartung is making in item 7B2, his commitment this morning is $15,500 in total. He is donating $5,000 to Roland Melton Elementary School to help, and then $5,000 to the Spanish Springs Elementary School, and $5,000 to the 3rd grade class of Christy McMillan at Spanish Springs Elementary School, and then another $500 to HAS, moving towards Hope, and moving towards Hope 5K, which is a teen suicide awareness and prevention. Mr. Chair, did you have anything you want to specifically bring up in regards to that?
I do, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to let Vice Chair Hill read 7B1, and then we'll sort of work backwards.
Great. Mr. Chairman, I also want to point out that Commissioner Lucy is giving $5,000 to the Friends of Washoe County Library, and this is in support of the South Valley Library improvements and to improve the library as a destination for the entire family from youth to senior services.
Thank you so much. So we'll go back. Let me just give a little explanation here because I think it's important. A few weeks ago, I had an opportunity to attend the Spotlight Awards honoring the Carano family. They're such generous donors in our community. I mean, they do so many things. I mean, we have a very, very generous community, but they happen to be the ones that were being spotlighted at this particular occasion. We had an Extraordinary Educator Award, and there were 3 potentials. 2 of them did not get an award, and one of them happens to be in it was Spanish Springs Elementary School, and we have well, I'm going to make it no secret. My kids graduated from Spanish Springs Elementary School, but a whole bunch of years ago, when it was very, very first built. It's I don't know how many years is it now, Mr. Verdi? How many? 26 years old. Okay, so yeah, so my kids were the first kindergarten and first grade class there. It is right down the street. I remember, in fact, I sat on the design review committee of that school. It was a great addition to our neighborhood, but it struck me at the time. Miss McMillan, she's just done amazing things at Spanish Springs Elementary, and so she did not get the Extraordinary Educator Award, but I wanted to give her just a little bump, and so we're giving her just a little bit of help, and then we're giving a little bit of help to Spanish Springs Elementary School, something of which I've done in the past. In fact, I've helped a number of schools in the area just to do certain things that, I mean, it's tough. There's a lot of expenses that just don't come in the budget, that they have to figure out where the money comes from, and so I want to thank Mr. Verdi, and I want to thank Ms. McMillan, Principal Verdi and Ms. McMillan, for the hard work that they do on a daily basis. And by the way, and I'm probably going to step out of bounds here. I'm going to call you Jim. If you drive by Spanish Springs Elementary School any morning, you will see him out there directing traffic and directing students and helping people and making sure that people are coming into the school safely. At least the times that I've been by there, and I don't drive by every morning, but I've seen him out there on numerous occasions, and so he is so dedicated, and I'm very, very proud of that school and the kids that it's turning out. So thank you so much for all the hard work that you guys do. I genuinely appreciate it. And then the final one goes to Principal Jeff, but is it Batavia? Thank you so much. He also did not win, but he does a lot of great things, and so I thought it was a good idea to help Roland Melton Elementary out as well. So with that said, yes, sir, Mr. Lucey.
Chairman, and I did want to point out, and I made a very big error, but we do have Steve McBride from HSA here, and your other donation of $500 was for a program that he's been very pivotal on.
Yes.
The moving towards
Mr. McBride, I
hope.
didn't see you. I apologize.
He's sitting back there in the dark seat, so it's tough to see from the bright area up here, but that's okay. But I wanted to acknowledge Steve and all his work with that, and your continued commitment to that and that teen suicide program. So
No, thank you so much. Principal Verdi and Ms. McMillan, would you guys like to come down for just a second, make any comments? And Ms. McMillan, you better tell us your history at Spanish Springs Elementary School, because I think that that's important as well.
Good morning. Thank you for having us here today. Just wanted to say thank you. I'm honored and humbled by your generous gift to our school and then to my classroom. It's really awesome, so thank you for that. I first started as a teacher's assistant there when it first opened, so I might have actually taught your children way back when, not knowing that they were yours. But yeah, I was there for a hot second when it first started, and then I became a teacher, and then I was at Alice Taylor for 17 years, and I think I've been there for 8 years now at Spanish Springs Elementary.
And your mother is?
And my mom happened to open that school.
That's right.
Full circle. So
That's
hopefully,
Roberta
Lawson is my mom, and
she was the first principal there.
she was the first principal there, and retired from there. So I'm hoping to do the same, retire from the school that she opened. So it's pretty awesome.
Roberta Lawson?
Yes.
So
That's her
yeah,
mom. Yes.
yeah, my mom's Roberta Lawson.
She was my principal at Elizabeth Lenz when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
Like-
she's been around a while.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Yes, she did.
She was an amazing educator. So yeah,
Oh, my
it's really
goodness.
great. But
All in the family.
That money is going to be used in lots of different ways for grade level things, field trips that we don't get to go on very often, and leveled readers for all of our projects that we do as a grade level, and some social emotional read alouds, because I think that's really important right now in the world we live in. So, and then alternative seating. My kids love their wiggle chairs, and I've only been able to afford 4 of them. So we rotate through those wiggle chairs, and so they're going to be super excited to be able to add to that collection. So
I don't even know what a wiggle chair is.
For ADHD parents, you know exactly what those things are.
But it helps. It helps with focus, but not just for children with high needs. But they're fun for all children, and so I'm able to do add to that collection. The kids are going to be really excited about that. And then art supplies and science supplies. I do a lot of projects with puppet shows and plays and celebrations with my Mother's Day and Father's Day, and end of the year things that I do that I usually use my own money for. I can use part of these funds for that. So thank you.
Good. Well, you're our Spotlight Award winner.
Oh well, I thank you for that. It was an awesome nomination, and I know there's hundreds of teachers that work hard every day that love their job like I do. So. Yes.
Well, and they narrowed it to 3, so that tells me a lot about what you do and your commitment to your students. And so
Wow.
We're thrilled. We're thrilled to support you.
Besides being a parent, it's the most important job on this planet. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll just add to it that Christy definitely is one of the best, and which is why she was one of the 3 finalists. It's such a pleasure to be able to go into her classroom and watch her work. She's very talented, so I'm glad that she was one of the finalists, and thank you for seeing that in her and how much that need is. It's great for her, so that was a really nice gift from you all. I brought you today a little something from our kids at school.
Oh my goodness.
I did up a little poster with all their little hands on there for you. We really wanted to take the time today away from our school, our kids, to make sure that you knew that we were gracious for it. I know that doesn't happen very often, and while you say stay at school and do those things, we really felt it was important this morning to show our appreciation. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for the hard work.
Okay.
Will you give that either? We don't have to enter that into the public record, do we? We're gonna hang it in the manager's office, is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And then, Steve, do you want to come up? You want to talk about that program? Because it really is a wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. McMillan.
Thank you again. I really appreciate it.
I'm going to come down and visit you in the not too distant future.
You may come anytime. You're welcome in our.
I'm within walking distance, literally.
Please do.
But we'll put you to work. Duty.
Wouldn't be the first time. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Steve, welcome.
Steve McBride, the Division Director for Human Services Agency. And thank you very much for supporting the 5K Moving Towards Hope for teen suicide awareness and prevention and remembering. The walk run will be this Sunday at 9 a.m. at Idlewild Park, and it's just a great way to bring folks together and to unite for this very difficult reality that we face. And just more awareness and support, and we thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the hard work. We really appreciate it. It makes a difference. Okay. Anything else? Did you want to make any comments, Commissioner Hill or Commissioner Herman or Commissioner Lucy? Or anybody signed in? But if not, I'm looking for a motion for item number 7.
Move to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
A motion and a second. Madam Clerk, do we have any public comment on item number 7?
We do not.
Okay, we'll close public comment, bring it back to the board. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. That takes us into item number 8. Mr. Manager, would you take us into our final public comment?
Item 8 is public comment. Comment heard under this item will be limited to 3 minutes per person and may pertain to matters both on and off the commission agenda. The commission will also hear public comment during individual action items with comment limited to 3 minutes per person. Comments that are to be made to the commission as a whole.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Madam Clerk, would you please call public comment?
Mr. Keith Lockhart.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, Manager Brown. Before you this morning to remind you that October 16th to the 22nd is National Friends of Libraries Week. You have your own Friends of Washoe County Library organization, started in 1980. It's a member-supported 501c3 organization, and since their formation, that group has raised over $2 million for the library system. They have over 600 community members who contribute annually to the nonprofit. And during my term on the library board, I had the honor of serving as their liaison member for 3 years. And they're a remarkable group of men and women who very quietly go about that business of seeking to assure that our community is a better place, that we have a better quality of life. And that week of October 2016 to the 22nd is being celebrated nationally and through the library system. But also to mention very pleasantly to see on your agendas under 7B1 that Commissioner Lucy recommended a $5,000 grant to the Friends of the Washoe County Library, specifically for the South Valleys Library, which really is my favorite library. And being involved in the planning of that and being the library that I now use, that's such a wonderful place for individuals and families. And it's such an important element of what our county government provides is our library system. So with that, I'll close my remarks and just say thank you to the Friends and thank you, Bob. And it's a great organization that merits community support.
Thank you, sir.
Next up, we have Mr. Wayne Gordon.
Welcome, Mr. Gordon.
Good morning. I'm back here with the same things I've been here before about. First of all, we heard at the start of this item 3, at the start, a number of problems that we're having with our elections. And yet in 3 weeks, we're supposed to have an election. I don't see where Washoe County or Nevada in general is ready for that election and have a fair, honest election, and it bothers me. Several weeks ago, I came before here and I said that our election rolls were screwed up. You've heard that a lot of times. I've been here when I heard it. So I went yesterday to see, and I called the state of Texas, and they said, yeah, when somebody registers here, we notify the other state so they can remove them from the rolls. So I checked to see if my friend, who hasn't been here for what, 18 months now, 15 months, and has re-registered her cars in Texas, has bought a home in Texas, and registered to vote herself there. And she's still registered in this county. We have dead people on the rolls in this county. Every person who is, the registration process is important, so we know easily on election day who is eligible to vote and who isn't eligible to vote. Every one of those people that is on there, as you heard earlier, somebody registered or voted for somebody else. They at least are here, so they know that it happened. The people that are dead or aren't living here anymore don't know it's happening. You have no way. Our registration, our rolls are foul. And I'd like to see something done about that. It's as easy as sending a two-way postcard that goes out to the registered person and comes back. But you won't do anything about it. And our prior registrar of voters is gone. And yet we have an election in 3 weeks. How do you think, after looking at what happened in 2020, that people are going to take our election? Number two, I've objected to this before. One of your commissioners thanks another commissioner for their fine gift to some worthy cause or another. But it's not their gift. If it is, I'd like to see the checks. They're taking our money and providing it to a thing, and they're getting the, basically promoting themselves at the cost to our taxpayers. I think that should stop.
Thank you.
No one else is signed in, sir.
Okay, I'll close public comment. I'll bring it back to the board. That takes us now to item number 9. Mr. Manager.
Item 9 is commissioners and county managers' announcements, reports, and updates to include boards and commissions updates, requests for information, or topics for future agendas.
Do you have any such items, Mr. Manager?
I do not, Mr. Chair.
Commissioners, anyone?
No.
Okay, all right. If there is nothing, we are adjourned. Thank you so much.